Hey there, friends and family. This is Dan. For real. No bullshit. I'm here with the Dan and Adam, our Afraid podcast family extended universe. It is Sunday, June 1st, 2025. It is episode 53. We are delighted to be joined, as always, by an actor playing the part of our friend, Adam. How are you doing, bud?
Well, giggity, giggity, I don't know why my personality is Quagmire from Family Guy, but apparently it is. Dan, I'm doing fucking... I ate Taco Bell this morning, so I am spiced up. I'm all south of the border.
I think we need to redo... We're going to restage my eulogy for Noel today on the podcast.
Nice.
No, we're not actually going to do that.
And it's going to be 10 minutes long.
I just accidentally pulled that note up because it's pinned and I went, oh, how sad. I hate my life now. This week, we're covering a movie. And I think we should kind of just get, well, let me see. Do I got any news stories? Well, that tweet was deleted.
They don't want you to know. They don't want you to find out.
I'm going to read a tweet verbatim. This is from Scuba Ryan, big farmer on Twitter. Not farmer, but he's like a huge engagement guy. Tylil gets emotional while revealing that behind the scenes of Streamer University... Wait, what? Sorry, one more time. Tylil gets emotional while revealing that behind the scenes of Streamer University, multiple smaller creators broke down in his arms crying, saying if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have been able to make it through the event. The quote tweet to that says, "What even is streaming? Like, do they not play video games anymore?"
Yeah, like I thought that's what streaming was, but I guess now it's like there's people sitting in their rooms. That's where the bulk of it all takes place.
It's like us right now in the Discord chat.
Guys,
we just hang out and we're like, "Hey, I'm streaming."
Guys, we're streamers.
We could do this.
Hey, I'm streaming over here.
Once we get our capture cards, we're going to be streaming video games to you folks.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for that. Get ready. And it's going to be top of the line video games. Not shit that's been out for over a decade.
Not shit that's like so old. It's like archaic.
I'm going to stream Mountain Blade Warband from 2008.
I'm going to stream Leisure Suit Larry.
I played that. Like the cartoony version of it back in the day. That was sick.
They just delisted them, the original ones, so they're probably going to put out woke versions. Can you believe this?
Yeah, you're going to be like sleeping with transgender women and being like, "Oh, don't." The game is going to be like, "Don't touch the penis." But you know, of course, everyone's going to, and that's where you get the secret prize. So
always touch the penis, especially my own.
Touch a penis. Give me your penis. Give me your penis.
So Kai Cenat put on a Streamer University course. I have no idea what it's about, and we're just going to move on. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to make too much fun of it, but that's our world now. There's people breaking down. They're like small creators like, I can't make it through. So I got to play something, and I don't want to because it's going to hurt my heart, but I want to hurt everybody else too. Listen to this. Check this out. It's Dan's Video Hour on this podcast.
Anthony Bourdain broke how a generation of men eat. The cult of personality he left in his wake is frankly insufferable. A lot of what we're seeing in food culture, chef culture today has its roots in the type of eating and journalism Anthony Bourdain did. Bourdain treated ordering soup like a search and rescue mission, and now every man thinks they have to spelunk into some cave in order to get a bowl of pho, and unless they do, they're not really having dinner. Everyone just needs to calm down, take a step back, enjoy the slice of pizza or burger you're eating. It's not that deep.
I would like the pommes frites with the beef and bread.
So this was something from the Free Press on May 28th. This was who's speaking is Snoozy Weiss. This is Barry Weiss's sister, who's like a known, like conservative political commentator. Are you in this world at all, Adam? Do you know who Barry Weiss is?
I'm aware of the name. I know that she sucks. Only that I've seen some.
Yeah, and so does her sister.
Yeah.
So does her sister, Snoozy Weiss. Why are you going to comfort Anthony Bourdain? And it becomes more obvious if you look behind the scenes, because it's like, oh, Anthony Bourdain went to Palestine. He did a whole episode there. People didn't like that, especially Zionists. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Fuck you.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, bastard!
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. How dare you? How dare you use his name?
How dare you
for you liberals to understand?
How dare you stand where he stood?
How dare you? All right, that's all I got. This is episode 53. We're going to talk about Synecdoche, New York. Oh, no, that's your job. You introduce it.
Yeah, this is episode 53. We're talking about Synecdoche, New York from 2008.
It broke up extremely badly on my end, but I'm assuming your recording's fine. I'm gonna hit play.
My recording just deleted.
Oh, good. It's not real, right? You're joking. You're being sarcastic.
I'm joking.
I have a lot of problems.
Going through some things.
I'm hurt.
Am I dying? Can you tell me that?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me?
No.
No, you can't tell me if you can't tell me.
No.
I'm lonely.
And
I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
anything else?
I don't know what's wrong with me, and I want to do something important while I'm still here.
That would be the time to do it, yes.
Death comes faster than you think.
The idea is to do a massive theater piece. What was this used for?
Plays.
Like theater plays? Have I disappointed you somehow?
Everyone is disappointing. The more you know someone.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you don't know is the most essential step to knowing, you know?
I want you to beg me on your knees for a kiss.
We need to investigate the essence of each being. You're weirdly close to what I visualized for this character.
Glad to be weirdly close.
You smell weird.
What do I smell like?
It's like you're menstruating. I don't know.
I don't menstruate, so I don't know. I can smell like I'm menstruating.
You tell me.
I've been following you for 20 years, and I've learned everything about you. So hire me, and you'll see who you truly are.
I'm just a little person, one person in a sea of many little.
I'm not a homosexual.
Somewhere, maybe someday.
I don't know why I make it so complicated.
That's what you do.
I hope he's through any way I can.
Somewhere, maybe
There are millions of people in the world,
maybe somewhere
and none of those people is an extra.
I'll meet a
They're all leads of their own stories.
person, and we'll go out and play.
Caden. What? When are we going to get an audience in here? It's been 17 years.
That line hit hard this time. I was like, oh, God.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, young lady.
Yes, we are here. We watch Synecdoche, New York, a 2008 America, US of A, postmodern psychological drama. This was written and directed by Charlie Kaufman. This is his directorial debut. This stars Philip Seymour Hoffman as an ailing theater director who works on an increasingly elaborate stage production and whose extreme commitment to realism begins to blur the boundaries between fiction and reality. This film premiered in competition at Cannes, the 61st annual Cannes Film Festival in 2008. And I guess
May 23rd, 2008.
who gives a fuck? We're all gonna die. We're all dying. Can you tell me, Dan? Can you tell me if I'm dying?
I'm accepting that I'm an autistic adult, but I'm too high functioning for anyone to care.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Let me clear my throat in front of the mic more often.
Take a few breaths in there for me.
Okay, that bit's on. Oh yeah, so this I like that this film's title, it's a play on Synecdoche, New York, where I guess the film is set. It's also where Kurt Vonnegut lived. A lot of his stories are set. So that was
famously where Place Beyond the Pines was set.
Famously, you don't even have to say it. It's so famous. No,
at the time, my ex-girlfriend sent me some photos of Ryan Gosling walking around. Just took photos of him, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Walking around.
My first girlfriend, Felicia. Shout out, you're awesome. Thanks for being an awesome first girlfriend.
Shout out to first girlfriends everywhere. I mean, God, you guys put up with some shit. I think of myself as a boyfriend when I was like 17, 16, whenever it was. And I'm like, man, that guy didn't know shit. Or maybe that guy knew more than this guy now. I don't know. That's, we'll ask them. We have, hey, everybody, introducing our third seat for today, Adam's ex-girlfriends.
Hey, everyone, we found a rip in the time continuum. We're introducing old Dan and Adam from 2009.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to get some pussy. I don't know. That.
I'm just trying to listen to some Hawthorne Heights.
Got my wrist and black my
play
eyes.
RuneScape. Yeah, so this open. I didn't do much trivia on this movie, so any trivia I'm pulling out of my ass. But yeah, I didn't know this premiered at Cannes. That's good. It's a good tradition. You know, good movies premiere at Cannes or Venice.
Yeah, I guess. Speaking of trivia, Sony Pictures Classics acquired the U.S. distribution rights. They paid no money, but they agreed to give the film backers a portion of the revenues. So I guess
they're kind of fucked because they put out. So let's talk about the Blu-ray real quick. There's no good. The 4K you can't buy right now unless you buy a huge box set of like 6 other movies with it.
Oh wow,
fucked up. Fuck you, Sony. They're good otherwise, but that's just fucked up. Put it out in single. I want to buy just this movie on 4K.
Yeah, so this movie was a theatrical failure, a commercial failure.
I can't believe this.
It's had a budget of 20 million and
oh fuck,
box office of 4.5. I love that we're just coming right up at the top with this. Fuck the bean counters. Fuck. I mean, during this,
it's not quite as bad as Beau's Afraid, but it kind of is.
Like, just wondering of the other movies that came out this year from Sony Pictures. You had Hancock, Quantum of Solace, 007, Step Brothers. You don't mess with a Zohan. Come on, guys. Those movies succeeded, so this movie could be made. Like, why the fuck can't we look at? Like, why can't movies be that way? Yeah, we have these big blockbusters. Sure, make the big blockbusters. Everyone wants to fucking see them. But like, I imagine maybe this is the way it used to be, is that you would have a few blockbusters come out, you know, like The Dark Knight, The Incredible Hulk, and, you know, those movies would make a shit ton of money. And then the studios would have money to make other films. That almost sounds like a smart way to make movies and run a business, is have your flagship products make the bulk of the money. But then you have your other products that you got to get sold. You know, you got to get your Synecdoche. You got to get your a second example. You know what I mean, Dan?
I saw Friendship last night. You know that? I finally saw
Friendship. I'll never see Friendship. We're talking about real life, right? Just real life friendship. But
yeah. Something you said made me remember I saw that, and I was going to bring it up, and now I have no clue. It was very interesting, though. Check it out.
I just got a text from my wife. Baby, you really need to work on the Eternal Sunshine pod. There are so many extended awkward silences that are making me uncomfortable.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk behind the scenes real quick before we get into it. Adam started to edit episodes, so he's editing his picks, and I'm editing my picks. I want this known I want this known to our audience.
Yes, there's going to be shitty podcasts coming. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's a fun time. So this, I do love that a lot of people, and I know this for a fact, people call this movie pretentious. They call it self-indulgent. But Roger Ebert ranked it as like one of the decade's best films. He said, "This is one of the decade." No, I'm just kidding. That'd be Roger Ebert. I mean, he says, "Okay, right here, Synecdoche, New York, is the best film of the decade. It intends no less than to evoke the strategies we use to live our lives. After beginning my first viewing in confusion, I began to glimpse its purpose, and by the end was eager to see it again, then once again, and I am not finished." Charlie Kaufman understands how I live my life, and I suppose his own, and I suspect most of us. Faced with the bewildering demands of time, space, emotion, morality, lust, greed, hope, dreams, dreads, and faiths, we build compartments into our minds. It is a way of seeming sane. And I guess, I like that. It hits on one of the themes of this film, I think, of losing, you don't have control over the real world. So we tend to retreat inwardly, and
I'm gonna put it to you straight, folks. This episode's gonna be thick. We should get right into it. We should discuss themes as we go.
Yeah.
Do we have any good trivia before, though? Is there any like good pieces of trivia that you looked at? I watched all the extras. I feel like every time I watch unless it's George Clooney, every time I watch a movie with extras on a Charlie Kaufman movie, it's like I learn nothing.
Yeah, I watched that interview with Kaufman, and it's good. Like, if you like Charlie,
he's just talking about being John Malkovich,
and half the time he's talking about like, I don't know. I love his answers to this, like, I'm gonna assume pretentious film critic who's interviewing him. I did not look into who was interviewing him, but the guy would ask these like, these poignant questions, these like good questions to ask, and Charlie would be like, I don't know. And I just I love I like how not down to earth Charlie Kaufman is. That's not the word you would use, but I see a kindred soul, not in creative on a creative level, but just on like an awkward, unsure of yourself when you're speaking, which is insane because he seems very sure of himself, when he's writing. So, his scripts. So
I like Charlie Kaufman. I like Synecdoche, New York a lot. I feel a little bit of like adversarial energy towards him and his work, though, in a way. I feel like a lot of people feel it's very easy. And they're like, oh, this isn't controversial. They'll be like, Synecdoche, New York is my favorite movie of all time. And then they'll shit over Baby Invasion. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
I'm glad you bring that up. That's a good comparison or whatever. Because, I feel like, we talk a lot about post-film. We talk about, film being the dominant medium. And I feel like, Synecdoche, New York, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Hell, even going back as far as being John Malkovich, I would say film was on it. Like, if we look at it, obviously, yeah, it would have been on its way out of, it would have been starting to die, and these films really do stand, I think, especially Synecdoche is almost like I'd be like, oh, it's one of the last of the great films. Like, it's a movie, it's a real movie, but at this point, what can you do to be creative, to be different, to be real in a movie? And I think it comes out something like this.
You just got Carson Runquist on Letterboxd who's like, this is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, yeah.
This is it. This is my favorite. And then you got like the 5-part documentary by YMS. I don't think he ever finished that, by the way.
I don't think he did, but I was, I hit with nostalgia, bro, I was watching those, and I was like, man, 2000, and I saw this, when was that we watched? Like 2015, maybe?
Probably, yeah. 2015 was a big year for us.
A decade ago, and yeah, absolutely was, saw it in a particular time in my life. And Dan, I'm hoping, I'm begging, I'm wondering, do you have any words that you can maybe cloud about this movie?
Existential.
Dating.
Death.
Life.
Disillusion.
Fuck.
Depersonalization.
Hypochondriac.
Pissing blood.
Fuck.
Tiny paintings.
17 years.
Inappropriate photos of a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, I got the last word I have here is anal sex. That only shows up once in this movie, but I felt like it was very, it sticks out. It sticks out. This is like also the ultimate Charlie example of people saying fuck and saying like, I have to fuck you.
Fuck.
I want to.
I have to fuck you. I have to.
I want to fuck you, Hazel.
The movie opens with a nursery rhyme about Synecdoche, with choice lines such as, "And when I'm buried and I'm dead, upstate worms will eat my head."
A certain town that's dear to me, home to Mohawks and GE, it's called Synecdoche. I was born here and I'll die there, my first home I hope to buy there, have a kid or at least just try their sweet Synecdoche. And when I'm married, when I'm dead, upstate worms will eat my head. And then actually the rest of that song is, I don't know how it goes because it cuts out, like you can't hear her over the sound of an alarm clock, but then the rest of those lyrics go, for every person that you know, once you'll say goodbye and go. Think you'll see them soon, then no, you won't see them again. There's always a last time that you'll see everyone. There's always a never again. It's a really cheery start to this film, for sure.
Over the radio, you have an interview. Is fall the beginning of the end? It's a melancholy month. You know what you're getting into here, because immediately everything's about death. Caden Cotard. What's interesting about his name, Adam? Why is his name interesting?
Well, yeah, Cotard syndrome. And Caden Cotard, that's our main character. That's Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's a rare mental disorder in which the affected person holds the delusional belief that they are dead, do not exist, are putrefying, or have lost their blood or internal organs. I don't want blood. So yeah, is our main character, is he alive? Is he dead? He doesn't even know. And yeah, I love the opening of him coming up after you hear that radio segment. There's even a poem that's, I wish I had it in front of me. It's a very depressing poem. Yeah, we're introduced to Adele and Olive. This is his wife and his daughter.
I don't want blood. I don't want blood.
I also want to bring up, Olive and is played by somebody, but you have Catherine Keener from Being John Malkovich. She's markedly older in this movie.
Olive is played by Sadie Goldstein, as featured in my TikTok last night that I deleted, which I was saying, oh my God, she is the best child actor ever. I had to delete my TikTok because it cut off and it sounded like I was saying something inappropriate. I was like, oh God, that's bad. I gotta re-record this.
Caden's reading the morning newspaper, and in the newspaper, he's like, Harold Pinter died. And he looks at it again, and his wife's like, well, he's old, right? He looks at it, he's like, no, wait, he won the Nobel Prize. An
easy slip of the tongue, somebody winning an award versus dying.
He just sees the photo and sees like Harold Pinter, 78 or something. He's like, oh, he died.
And like
that was funny.
There's a bit where the phone's ringing. It's Maria. We don't know who that is yet, but Caden does not want to pick that phone. He doesn't want to talk to her, which is funny and she's like, come on, and she calls her back. Like she gets up over there and calls. I've never had this before. I've never had a friend, a friend of my wife's where I'm like, I don't want to talk to her. But yeah, he obviously doesn't. And
yeah, we'll get into that relationship.
And while Olive's in the bathroom, that's where Olive is. She's taking a little number 2, and we were introduced to her because she's like, Mom, I'm finished. And she had, what color is her poop, Dan?
Green. You must have eaten something green, honey.
I didn't. What's wrong with me? And like, that's the first weird introduction of people worrying about their physical
The first
well-being.
poop reference?
First poop reference, yeah. Don't worry.
Little pooper died.
Don't worry, there's more. Yeah, and I like this whole beginning because there's a few different like cuts where you think it's all in the same day, but if you are paying attention to like the newspaper or the milk expiration date, you realize that months have passed.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I knew that was an element, but I couldn't catch it this time because I guess wasn't paying that close of attention at the beginning. But I was thinking, I was like, where is it? Because yeah, the milk expires, and I remember like us talking about this because we talked about this movie a lot back in the day. Like I remember us having like long conversations about things like people haven't even talked about this movie. Yeah, that's interesting. That's cool. I like the way they play with time in this movie.
Yeah, we learned Caden he's a theater director. And he's putting on a production of Death of a Salesman. Have you ever read or seen Death of a Salesman? No. It's an interesting, it's an interesting choice for this movie, I guess, because it's about a guy who is a salesman and then essentially just starts losing his sense of identity and sense of like, why am I doing any of this?
I'm sure it's very important to understand this movie, but I'm a dumb person, and so is our audience. So
hey, we're all dumb here. None of us float down here. Yeah. And so we get some scenes of the play being rehearsed. I crashed ambivalently.
Yeah.
And that's also, I love how like I'm looking here at the plot outline on Wikipedia, and I'm like, I love how they leave out certain parts. Like they don't even mention him. So yeah, we were introduced to Hazel.
Whoa. I don't think you should tell her she doesn't have blood.
Well, I just don't want her freaking out.
I love that because just all the arguments in this movie are so realistic. She's like, Caden, stop. He's like, he just looks at the window. He's like, it ends. I took detailed plot outline. So if we miss something, I'm going to I love when he goes to the, whoever the first doctor is, and he's like, you need to see an ophthalmologist. He's like, a neurologist? He's like, no, an ophthalmologist. He goes to the ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist like, you need to see a neurologist. And I just love that conversation he has with the ophthalmologist. He's like, why do I need to see a neurologist? Just for a look-see. The eyes are part of the brain, after all. No, that's not true, is it? Why would I say it if it wasn't true?
Why would I say it?
It doesn't seem right.
True?
Doesn't seem right.
Do you mean
like morally correct, or right isn't accurate?
Right isn't accurate.
Accurate, I guess. Like this movie is so fucking crazy.
Like constantly these doctors like they ask questions and then they'll just like without a real response they'll just write some notes down.
I'll be honest with you, I work with doctors all the time and I fucking hate doctors, and the idea of going to one fucking drives me up a fucking wall, and I have to, so it sucks. But yeah, enter Hazel, the box office. She's reading a book.
Yeah, this is a point. Caden gets he needs to make a phone call, so he's looking for the elusive signal. And I love how
my pupils don't work.
I love how Hazel, Samantha Morton, go check out. Should we just do the cast list? We haven't even like done the cast yet.
Let's do it. Shout out Samantha Morton though. I love her. Yeah. She's great, and she's great in Mr. Lonely.
Go watch
Connection to Living in Harmony.
That's right. Go watch Mr. Lonely. Check out the episode. Don't die. Ooh-hoo.
This came out after Mr. Lonely, so she did Mr. Lonely first, and then did this one, assumedly.
Assumedly, Mr. Lonely helped prep her for this, performance. So yeah, we have, like we said, Samantha Morton. We've already mentioned Philip Seymour Hoffman. You also have...
Rest in peace also. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a lot of dead people. Too many dead people here. You got Michelle Williams. She's not dead. She plays Claire Elizabeth Keene.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do Blue Velvet one day. Or Blue Velvet. No, Blue Valentine. We need to get some Derek Cianfrance up in this bitch. Are we already an hour in? Okay, we're good. It's gonna be a long one, folks. Caden starts pushing through his poo in the toilet. He's looking at it. He's like, he tells his wife, he says, I think I have blood in my stool. He's like, that stool in your office?
Yeah, this movie is fucking hilarious, by the way, folks. Anyone who tells you this is just a drama, they're not watching it. They don't know what it is. This movie,
I really like the disconnect they show between Caden and his wife.
Yeah, like you really get this sense of they've just it's too far gone. You know, whatever marriage they had, it's no longer. I would say, yeah, it's like, oh, this is not a salvageable marriage.
This leads to the marriage counselor we're introduced to in his counseling sessions. A scene, an exchange that really stuck out to me that I was like, Jesus Christ. Can I say something awful? Says Adele. Yes, please do. I fantasized about Caden dying, being able to start again, guilt-free. I know that's bad. Caden, does that feel terrible? Yeah.
Good.
Choking back tears. Okay, good.
So yeah, like just, okay, good. Yeah, I love her. That's Hope Davis. Also known as Maria Stark in Captain America: Civil War.
I offer you my sweet pussy, and you say no. This book is over. I didn't take a note on that later, so I'm mentioning it now. Book's just empty. She's cool. I think I never noticed until this watch. He like fixates on her foot at one point, and she has like a pustule or a boil on her toe.
Yeah. Her and her sandals are strapped so tight. Like her fucking feet are almost like blue.
Caden begins flirting with Hazel on the bench outside the theater, and it gets like weirdly sexual, like all the time. There's a scene with a plumber who's fixing his sink. We missed it, but there's a scene where his sink comes undone, hits him in the forehead, and he starts bleeding. He's like, "Oh my god!" His wife comes, and she's like, "Ah!" It's so like hectic. It's scary, and he just bleeds. Like, "Oh my god!" He's bleeding from the head. But yeah, they have a guy come in and fix it. He's like, "Could you step outside for a second?" Caden says to him because he wants to piss. The guy's like, "Go ahead. I've seen boy parts.
I've seen boy parts."
And then he goes downstairs and he's like, "Can I piss in your sink?" To Adele, and she has like a little workshop down there with a little like, sink you'd have in a basement. And he starts pissing blood. And you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite sight gags is when, he's having his opening night of Death of a Salesman, and this is when Adele is like, "I can't make it. I'm so sorry. I still have 3 paintings that I have to finish packing up." Adele does tiny miniature paintings, and these are like tiny miniature wooden crates. The best sight gag in this movie, I think. It was just like, oh, I got so much work to do tonight. And it's like, Jesus, man. Like, and yeah, he goes and does his play. It's a hit. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves that he has, and there's a note about the play is that he has young people playing old people. And when he get like the whole like reasoning for it is hilarious because he tells like the main actor playing Willie Loman, it's like, remember, the audience knows that you're a young man playing an old man, but eventually you'll be in this same place of despair and close to death. And like that is such a fucking pretentious thing to do for theater.
Caden is pretentious. I love that moment when he fights with Adele. Like, number one, the disconnection between him and Adele is so like obvious in that scene. It's so fucked up. Like, she has time to prepare and do all this shit beforehand, but she's like, "No, I got to do it tonight, the night of your performance, so I can hang out with my friend and be gay."
Gay.
And he walks off flustered, and it's so real because it seems like, I don't know. He starts, he gets flustered. He starts walking off, and he's like, "I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to wear."
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry. Claire, played by Michelle Williams, hugs Caden after the show, and Hazel does not like that. There's a cutaway to her, and she's like, oh.
Yeah, like she's clearly waiting for her time. And at this point, this is when my wife was like, "What the fuck is up with this guy?" Like Caden Cattard is like this schlubby, neurotic hypochondriac, and there's just these like gorgeous women who are like, "Oh, but I want him." Not the main one.
He's getting hot chicks left and right. It happens though. That's life though.
Oh, yeah,
you're an incel if you think that's weird.
Yeah, especially like when you're, you look at who Caden is, and then like for one, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm sorry, the man is charming, and the man's cute, or I guess he used to be. And but he's a brilliant man. He's an artist. He's a director of theater. Like that's enough for some people to get them hot under the loins.
There's not that many ugly people, okay? Like me and Adam are like average people, and we're like pretty good-looking people. So
that's right. We're pretty. Me and Dan are both very pretty.
Hazel says, "Do you get high, my friend?" Caden implies that he gets horny when he gets stoned. And it cuts to Hazel driving home crying, revealing that Caden is a pussy.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee today.
Black Rifle. This is a right-wing review of Synecdoche, this woke-ass movie.
Give me some money. I'll push Black Rifle coffee on this podcast. I don't give a fuck.
At the same time,
as long as they're cool with me being a left-wing guy doing it.
Yeah, at the same time, let us also push Black Lives Matter. Black Rifles Matter.
I'm introducing my new coffee blend, Black Lives Matter. Caden comes home to Adele playfully hanging out with her friend Maria, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Can we get Maria a ticket? I just hate all. It's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone, you could read this movie as like, oh, Caden's like a narcissistic, insane person. That's why that's why I was thinking about friendship, because friendship's kind of in that vein too, where it kind of, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it kind of, you can get it from the trailer. It kind of starts painting Tim Robinson's comedy and his characters in a certain dark light, and this movie does as well. Or you could read it that way, and maybe like we're seeing everything through the eyes of Caden, right? So like all the bad things happening to him are just because he's like an asshole or something. I don't know. It does feel like everyone's hostile towards him the entire movie. You know what I mean? No wonder he's so lonely. Everyone fucking hates him. How do you feel about that? Do you think he's the asshole, or do you think everyone else is the asshole? Is everybody an asshole?
Yeah, I think that like what you said there at the end, or is everybody? I think everybody is kind of an asshole. I think that Caden is an extraordinarily self-centered man, but oh man, I just feel so bad for what's her name? Michelle Williams' character again, Claire. There's like that scene, and we were talking about. I'm jumping ahead a little. I don't know how far I'm jumping ahead. Who cares? But they go on a date, but not before. Yeah, Caden does finally. He goes home with Hazel, and that's an awful scene. I don't love it. It hits home too far of a man, like, yeah, because they go, they meet up at a bar and they're having like drinks, and Hazel is essentially, she's like, hey, do you want to come home with me, Mr. Cotard? And I'm not gonna give you an out by saying like, never mind. And like they go back and this is when, I mean, I'm jumping all over the plot here, so I'm gonna have to like do a lot of. You just need to let me drive this thing. Okay, well then drive it, but give me, yeah.
We're gonna go. I just want to talk about really quick. We'll get to it. I want to talk about. This is a dense fucking movie. I want to talk about the reaction to his play. Not even reaction. He comes back the night, and we were talking about Maria. She's playfully hanging out with her, and obviously they've had like a playful night together. He's like, "Are you happy with it? Like you've done this. You've shown artwork, or you've talked about art you've done or work you've done with people you love, right? So this is very similar to that. Are you happy with it? Yeah. I'd love you to know what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. Absolutely. It's all about your artistic satisfaction, Caden."
Yeah, fuck that.
I just hated that.
I
hate that shit.
Fuck Maria.
Support people who in your life who make art.
Yeah, Maria, played by
or they're going to kill themselves.
Played by Jennifer Jason Leigh. Maria, her line there, it just seems so dismissive to the actual dynamic of a relationship and what Caden wants in that scenario. And there's nothing more I hate than like if I'm trying to reach out, like, personally, like one-on-one to somebody, and like, then they jump in with some fucking like artistic bullshit that I'm like, that is not even what I'm fucking talking about, you bitch.
Just empty platitudes, yeah.
Sorry
Hazel
for saying
does a
bitch.
walkthrough of a house. Bitch. Hazel does a walkthrough of a house that is actively burning down. There's a Wikipedia thing in there all about this theme. She says, home buying is always scary. I like it. I do. I'm just concerned about dying in the fire. It's a big decision how one prefers to die. Would you like to meet my son? Derek! Derek's living in the basement since his divorce, if that's okay. Hey, Mom. I just realized right now that she ends up with Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this. It's a line, some people have compared The Burning House to some Tennessee Williams, where he says, "We all live in a house on fire. No fire department to call, no way out. Just the upstairs window to look out of while the fire burns the house down with us trapped, locked in it."
That's a good comparison. I was thinking about that. He shows the play to his parents and to Maria and his wife Adele. His parents are just like, I don't get it. It was long, right? Why are the old people playing? Why are old people like young people? Like, things you get from your parents because they don't understand art.
Yeah, and that is his father.
They're not being supportive.
His father being played by, that's Hesh from The Sopranos. Fucking love that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jerry Adler. This movie has a lot of really good actors in it.
If people pay us money to do this professionally, we can cover The Sopranos. Throwing it out there. Is really, again, Maria's drunkenly stumbling behind them. Caden's kind of like, he's trying to defend his play. Adele's like, I can't get excited about you restaging someone else's old play. It's just, there's nothing personal in it. He's like, people are coming out of the theater crying. And she's like, great, be a fucking tool of the suburban blue-haired regional theater subscribers. But what are you leaving behind? You act as if you have forever to figure it out. When you're dead, there's no time. We see these little cutaways of cartoon Caden on the TV.
Yeah.
My joints are stiff.
Yeah, I think I have arthritis.
Adele appears to be plotting to leave Caden for Maria. She wants to bring Olive to Berlin without Caden. How do you think I'm supposed to respond to something like this? Caden develops pustules on his face.
It's called
Adele does
psychosis.
leave. Oh yeah, he explains this like this whole thing where he's like, I'm not crazy. Your mom is. Like, what if it's both?
Yeah.
Why not both? Caden develops pustules on his face, and we see that in that scene. Adele leaves for Berlin with Olive. Everyone is disappointing the more you know someone. This whole romantic love thing, it's just a projection, right? Anyway, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. We'll talk when I get back. Adele never comes back.
When Adele says, I love you, she like breaks down in tears. And
she doesn't love him.
No, she does not love him. I was like, I love you. Oh.
It's like later when he has to put the fake eye drops in.
Yeah.
Fluorostatin TR allows you to live life when it's your turn to face the challenges of chemotherapy. Caden sees the end of the movie, the end of his life, on TV. There's no real way of coping when your parachute won't open. You're falling down. You're going down. You fell, then you died. Maybe someone cried, but not your one-time bride. I'm lonely. I'm hurt. I'm afraid I'm gonna die. I don't know what's wrong with me. I want to do something important while I'm still here. The marriage counselor offers Caden her book for $45. We see a surreal representation of Caden on her website. Theater director Caden Cottard says, it'll change my life.
Do you think...
Caden calls Adele. Oh, you go ahead.
Do you think that was real? Like the...
No.
No? Like, I guess, yeah, that's... I don't know if it is either, but if it is, I could see that being another reason why he's just like, oh, I hate myself, because he's now a spokesperson.
Caden killed himself before the movie started.
Spoiler. Yeah, I mean, that's the question, right?
It'll change my life. Caden calls Adele, but she's busy at a party. I'm famous. Caden has a comical seizure, and I'm just like, come on, man. I'm sick.
Ma'am? Yeah, the fucking phone operator is calling him ma'am while he is just...
Yeah. Caden sees Adele being promoted in a magazine for her art. It's good to be Adele. The writing on the magazine, I don't know if you've ever caught this or if you read into this. 6 months ago, Adele Lack was an underappreciated housewife in Eastern New York, stuck in a dead-end marriage to a slovenly, ugly-faced loser.
Okay.
Adele Lack has big dreams for her and her then 4-year-old daughter, Olive. That's when her paintings got small. When I look, I see. When I see, I paint. It's that simple. I'm at a point in my life where I only want to be around joyous, healthy people.
Damn. Yeah, it's like the worst things you can imagine happening if you get dumped is like now they're famous and you're being indirectly referenced in like an article.
We had a friend who's going to join, and he got too anxious watching this movie.
Yeah, what does that say about us where like I'm watching this movie and I'm like, oh, my heart is full. It's breaking, but it's full.
I'm just crazy already. So one of my times watching this movie in like 2016 or 2015 was being sick and just having it on a loop all day while I was at home. And I just remember Noelle laying with me and just like waking up at random parts in this movie and being like, this is the worst movie ever to wake up to at random spots. It's over and over and over again. Hazel asks Caden to go out to get a drink. This is where we finally catch up to Adam.
There we go.
She wants to take him back to her place, but he insists that Adele is only on vacation. Hazel reveals that a year's time has passed and she hasn't even called him. He insists it's only been a week. They go home together to her burning house. I'm going to buy you a calendar. Love Potion 69, number 69. He gets on his knees. Will you help me forget my troubles?
Oh,
Caden.
Kiddo.
Oh, kiddo. You don't even know. Something like that. Caden cannot have sex to completion and blames it on his health condition and various problems. Hazel asks Caden to leave.
Yeah, he sits there and he tells her, I just think you're a really nice person, Hazel. And she's like, oh, Caden, that is just the wrong thing to say right now. I'd also like to point out, I see a similarity in this scene where she's making him a drink. And the last Kaufman film we saw when Clementine is offering Joel a drink and they both kind of just make a reference to like alcohol making seduction, alcohol bringing about seduction. And I think that's, like Tyler pointed out in that episode, Kaufman likes to fuck with the idea of, the manic pixie dream girl, the woman who's going to free and save the helpless, sad man. And in this one too, like when he starts to break down, she's just like, no, I'm not fucking with this. Like she just immediately, she rolls over and like, she's very upset. And she's like, I think you should leave. I think you should leave.
I think you should leave.
And then Tim Robinson is like, oh. Does he do the voice in Friendship ever?
He does. We'll talk about that when we watch Friendship.
All right.
We're definitely going to review it. Little Person by John Brion plays. I want to mention John Brion. He's the composer of this movie. The reason I know his name is we worked closely with Mac Miller, and on his final album, he has a song on there. Here's a Reddit comment. Literally the last song on his last album in his lifetime, a song he praised John Brion for closing like the Ascension to Heaven, as Mac requested, just hours before he died. It was Mac playing it, and then he died hours later. That's how I know John Brion, and that's just an interesting connection. So the song, again, Little Person. I'm just a little person, one person in a sea of many little people who are not aware of me. Do my little job and live my little life, eat my little meals, miss my little wife. It's a really sad song. You hear it in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's directly related to this movie and its plot, which is interesting. Caden calls Hazel. Her voicemail has become cold and detached. It's Hazel. Leave a message or not. Your dime. We're going to hear this multiple times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Adele faxes Caden with a request from Olive. She left her diary under her pillow on accident and asked Caden not to read it. The communication descends into gibberish.
Caden,
this is interesting. She's faxing him. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this bitch? Caden wins a MacArthur grant. According to Caden, this is known as the Genius Grant, which gives him financial freedom to work on his great play, his masterpiece. It's weird, right? Like, this movie's very sad, but like everything goes well for Caden, right? Everything's just gifted to Caden. He's given everything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's given the MacArthur grant. He's given Claire. He's given freedom from Adele. I don't know. I'm sorry, but He does not need to be with her. She is a grade A bloop.
Caden's marriage counselor describes a brilliant novel written by a 4-year-old. It is titled Little Winky. It is about a virulent anti-Semite that follows his initiation into the Klan. He becomes immersed into the pornographic snuff industry and is killed by a black ex-convict. The marriage counselor insists that the author killed himself when he was 5 years old. Why did he kill himself? I don't know. Why did you? What? I said, why would you? Oh, I don't know. That line always sticks out to me.
Yeah, almost like that. If you take that line literally, it changes the whole framing of this movie. Oh, just Little Winky. I don't know. I just love that bit.
Did you catch the bus stop advertisement later where it's just like me and Little Winky or whatever, and it's Little Winky like next to Caden?
Oh yeah. God, I wish I had the because his eventually like he loses his life at the hands of a black ex-con named, and the guy has like 5 names, and they're all like Jefferson Washington Smith or some shit. Like,
Caden checks out a giant warehouse for his grand play. He pretentiously tries to explain his ideas to Hazel at a diner, but she doesn't seem engaged and expresses that she's angry with Caden. He says he just wants to normalize it. I just want to normalize it. The whole time he's doing this like biofeedback training, he's like, gotta fake the motion of salivating. Biofeedback training. He immediately starts choking on a piece of food. And again, I'm just like, come on, man, what the fuck? She's just like, he's like, I miss you. She's like, that's really disturbing. Caden reads Olive's diaries against her wishes. Something I wouldn't do. Fuck you, Caden. Based on her saying she loves chocolate and the color pink, he buys a random box with a nose on it from a toy store. He's like, yeah, I guess that works. And he mails it to her. I've been thinking a lot about dying lately. Caden runs into Hazel on a date with another man at a restaurant while he is out with Claire. Claire says she will base her character on Hazel. I used to be a baby. I'm sorry. Another element of, I want to be a baby again. Baby. He always references babies and being a baby.
At the end of Being John Malkovich, John Cusack literally becomes a baby again. Just themes on themes, bro.
Caden develops a relationship with Claire. I have to fuck you. I have to. They marry. There will be no other before you. That line stuck out to me because that's not how it works.
Well, it even like shows a picture of the box like that he got. Like shows him standing there with that box that he's sending off to Olive when he says
mailing
that.
out.
And it's like, oh, that's actually wrong. It's actually inaccurate, sir. There is others before her.
I thought Michelle Williams very cute in this movie.
Very cute. Yeah.
Caden has another kid named Ariel. Time is flying. He has a kid with Claire. Caden sees an odd picture of his daughter in a magazine. Flower Girl, 10-year-old Olive Widgart of Berlin, is the first child in human history with a full-body tattoo. She is naked, with only a black bar covering her lower half. Yeah, I have to go find my daughter. Your daughter's right here. My real daughter. Excuse me? I mean, my first daughter, Olive. I have to go find her. Please don't do this to us. She's tattooed. She's tattooed.
Oh, everybody's tattooed.
Everyone is tattooed. She reveals this giant comical devil portrait on her back. I've never seen that before.
Which is to it's to leave you to believe, like, is this guy so checked out that he didn't even see the giant fucking tattoo on her back?
I face this sometimes because my girlfriend will change her hair or something and she'll be like, you didn't notice? I'm like, fuck, I am autistic. I'm sorry. I don't notice anything. I'm not narcissistic also. I'm trying to fight these tendencies.
Yeah, I think that's my boss. It's funny. Like, he's such a normal, he seems like such a normie. And now I'm like, maybe he's autistic or something. Because, like, I bleached my hair and 2 weeks later he was like, did you color your hair, man? Oh, wow. I didn't even notice.
Caden flies to Berlin, Germany to find Adele and Olive. He is unsuccessful, yet finds that his daughter's diary is updating with new pages about her experiences in Berlin. Maria meets with Caden. I live with Adele and Olive and Gunther and Heinz, Olive's new handsome dads that happen to be brilliant theater directors as well. Maria reveals that she's the one who is tattooing Olive. Caden insists that she's insists that she's a fucking 4-year-old. Fucking 4-year-old. Maria states she's just over 11 and is her muse. Caden freaks out, attacking Maria. She runs away and Caden gives chase. He reaches their building and notices that the gifts he sent to Olive are outside, degrading in the elements. He has to apply eye drops to fake the act of crying due to his health conditions. Death comes faster than you think. Some guy on an airplane leans over to him. Caden experiences a serious trembling leg. What do you think about that, Adam?
Dude, I've had restless leg syndrome in these past few weeks. So like seeing that, I was like, oh, fuck. And I like the details. Like you see him later when he's just like sitting out on a bus stop. He can't stop it shaking when he's like, he sees Hazel. He can't.
The rest of the movie.
Yeah. Like he's like constantly just like.
He gets a cane.
Yeah.
Caden bumps into Hazel on the streets of New York. She reveals that she had a family with Derek. Caden separated from Claire and his daughter. It's so good to see you. He spies on them on a rooftop, attempting to jump off the ledge out of sorrow. He is stopped by a bystander.
No, let me go. No. There's a lot of yelling and him being grabbed in this movie.
We'll see this scene played out again later. Caden appeals to Claire, saying she wants him to come back, or saying he wants to come back and take care of her and Olive, correcting himself to say Ariel. He takes him back for some reason. Caden gets news of his father's passing while they are having sex. We see a surreal image of his father's silhouette in the blinds and window behind their bed. My father died. They said his body was riddled with cancer and he didn't know. That he went in because his finger hurt. They said he suffered horribly. That he called out for me before he died. They said that he regretted his life. And they said he said a lot of things. Too many to recount. They said it was the longest and saddest deathbed speech any of them had ever heard. There was so little of him left, they had to fill the coffin with cotton balls to keep him from rattling around. This is a short conversation he has.
Yeah. How long is he on the phone? He's on the phone for like 5 seconds maybe. And like they say all that.
He's like, okay.
Also during that scene, we have him and like right before that, him and Claire, they're getting it on. Very, very sexy under the covers. It just looks like humping. It's awful. And I don't know if we've mentioned Sammy yet. Sammy has appeared since this film started. There is a man in the background.
I didn't catch this. I still haven't caught this. So I'm hearing this for the first time now.
Yeah, like even as soon as like the first time that Caden checks the mail, Sammy is across the street, and you just see him either over his shoulder he's watching, or he's like blurred out of focus in the background. And here he's like sitting there with Ariel in a chair in the corner. Very like, I don't know, like I guess like I would say almost like religious symbolism, just the way that he's sitting there with her on his lap. It reminds me of like some saint type figure, and he's just watching them hump.
Weird. I lost my train of thought completely.
The last thing you said was cotton balls.
Caden tries to contact Hazel, but is met with her voicemail. He ambushes her at her house when she's with her husband. Will you just tell me what to do? Caden appeals to Hazel, but she reiterates that she's with Derek now. Oh, I was going to say, should we believe that Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, when we start seeing George Clooney early in the movie before he's introduced, is that a product of Charlie Kaufman based on this movie?
I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
We're just going to say yes on the podcast officially. Caden continues to read Olive's diary, which describes events such as feeling wetness between her legs. Maria is guiding her to womanhood and replacing Caden as a parental figure entirely, maybe even more. He visits Olive at a peep show that she appears to be working at. Olive, it's Daddy!
Okay, has anyone here seen the movie Mystic River?
No, I was going to bring up Hardcore, because it seems like that movie where he's like, that's my daughter!
Yeah, I feel like that is this is like a send up of all of those scenes. It's nice to know there's more than just that. But there's this, like, always saw it. It was on like the VHS fucking trailer of some movie. It's Sean Penn in a fucking Clint Eastwood movie, and there's like a house and cops, and they're all holding them back, and Sean Penn just like, is that my daughter in there? Is that my daughter in there? And yeah, like Caden just being dragged out, like, that's my daughter. I mean, it's sad too. It's a fucked up scene. When you watch it with subtitles, one of the things Caden yells at Olive, he's like, Olive, stop smiling at me. It's very upsetting and very funny.
Caden continues to direct his bizarre mega-narrative play. When are we going to get an audience in here? It's been 17 years. That struck me because it's been 10 years since I've worked on anything seriously.
Yeah.
Caden says he will hire an actor to double for himself or play himself in the play. Hazel loses her job after causing a conjunctivitis outbreak. She had pink eye on her hands. She begs Caden for a job in his production. Caden hires Tom Noonan, playing Sammy, to be his double. Sammy claims to have followed Caden for 20 years. This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
He immediately takes on the role of Caden, even during the audition and interview. He says some raunchy shit to Hazel, who is now working for Caden.
All right, I've
never seen your shit gray. That's new.
Good. Tell me why you're here. Sammy's sitting in the interview, and he says, well, I've been following you for 20 years. So I knew about this audition because I follow you. And I've learned everything about you by following you. So hire me, and you'll see who you truly are. Peekaboo. Okay. Hazel, I don't think we need to talk to anyone else. This guy has me down. I'm going to cast him right now. And then maybe you and I can get a drink, and we can figure out this thing between us. Why I cried? Because I've never felt about anybody the way I feel about you. I don't want to fuck you till we emerge into a chimera. A mythical beast of penis and vagina eternally fused, two eyes that look only at each other, and lips ever touching, and one voice that whispers to itself. Okay, you've got to part. And then Caden takes a shit, and he's like, yeah, like you said, I've never seen your shit gray before.
That's new.
God, I think we
New
could
York
just
City appear.
I think we just sit back and forth and just like quote this movie at each other at this point. Like
That's what I'm doing essentially. New York City appears to have fallen into dystopia or apocalypse. We witness this as Caden leaves the warehouse with Claire for the day. Later we see a giant blimp with a spotlight surveilling New York City with a guttural horn noise. Military trucks are patrolling the streets like Southland Tales. People are wearing gas masks. Naked men are being led around the sidewalk on leashes by women. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, like what even like we said, this film is thick. I like that. That's a better term than saying this film is deep. Because deep, what does that even mean? But thick? Yeah, this is like this is the episode 1 Star Wars of surrealist films where it's like there's so much, every scene, there's just so much going on. So many layers.
When is it opening? When it's ready. We need to get in. It's bad out here. Sorry. Caden ponders ideas for the title of his production. There's several here throughout the whole movie. I list them all here. First one is Simulacrum. Second one, The Flawed Light of Love and Grief. Third one, Unknown, Unkissed, and Lost. Fourth one, The Obscure Moon Lighting an Obscure World. And the final one, Infectious Diseases in Cattle. Caden moves Sammy into Claire in his apartment set to play himself. Claire says that she's going to focus on herself. They make a joke back and forth to each other. It's like, oh, just now? You're just now focusing on yourself? Caden's also an asshole in this movie. Adele and her tiny art are still overshadowing Caden to this day. Even Sammy saying that she is the greatest artist who's ever lived.
Sweet pussy, too.
We should make a point here to just point out that Adele's art is becoming increasingly small and smaller and smaller, and Caden's is just increasing and expanding. You know what I mean? It's intentional. Sammy instructs Caden to visit an apartment as research for their part. When he goes, he is handed a set of keys, and it is implied he is to take on a new life or a new part as Ellen Bascom, a housekeeper for Adele. She is never physically present, Adele, but we see surreal images of evidence of her existence in the apartment throughout, along with letters written by Adele for Ellen. Claire says Caden smells like he is menstruating when he returns home. There's this real scene where Claire accuses Sammy of sexually assaulting her on set. Claire wants Caden to fire Sammy. Sammy speaks for Caden and justifies this by stating that Sammy is her husband. Claire retorts that Caden is not her husband, or Caden is her husband, not Sammy. I just think that's fucked up. I don't like Sammy. I'm glad he dies. Spoilers.
Spoiler, damn.
Through a reenactment of the play, Caden reveals to Claire through Sammy that he has been visiting Adele's apartment every night to clean it. Claire, out of character, leaves Caden and the production. Hazel dials out for a Claire replacement. Caden continues to recreate moments and scenes we've seen already to analyze them. He comments that the performances are a lie. Caden reads Olive's diary again and learns she is gravely ill. There's a surreal scene where Caden visits Olive for the first time on her deathbed, speaking through a translator as she now speaks mainly in German. The tattoos of flowers that were on her body have since wilted. They've become infected and are killing her. Caden blames Adele and Maria. Olive confirms to Caden that she and Maria have been lovers. Caden correctly understands this as grooming. Olive asks Caden to beg for her forgiveness. Bizarre shit about Caden having anal sex with his homosexual lover, Eric. Someone pointed something out. Apparently, I think Ellen Bascom's husband's name was Eric.
Yeah, my wife pointed that out too to me. She was like, "Oh, is that why?" I was like, "Oh shit." Because yeah, it's happened already at this point that he goes to, like, yeah, you mentioned it. He goes to end up cleaning Adele's apartment, and that happens because like he's approached and they're like, this old lady's like, "Are you Ellen? I'm supposed to give the key to an Ellen Baskin." And yeah, he just takes it. He's like, "I'm Ellen."
There's some shots of that old lady or the lady who portrays her later that are just striking, like at the end of the movie where it's just like a bit of light shining on her face. It's just so striking and shocking and strange looking.
Yeah.
Olive dies. It's just like a fucked up scene.
Yeah, and she does not forgive Caden. And Maria comes out, you know.
Like, no!
Maria's like there the whole time, and she's like, "I hope you're happy." Bloop.
I hope you're happy, F. Slur.
F. Slur. I'm going to unalive you.
Caden and his assistant, Hazel, have aged rapidly. They are gray and wrinkly, still continuing this gargantuan meta play. Having workers build replicas of various locations from Caden's life, Caden is convinced that Adele is actually in the sets they have built. He hears her like a ghost. Hauntology.
It's a ghost, bro.
Bro, it's a ghost. Caden notices that Sammy and Hazel are flirting. Caden gets notice that his mother's house was invaded and she was violently killed. Caden brings the actor who plays Hazel to the funeral or wake. He offers to have sex with Caden. Caden cries and complains that he's lonely and insists he may have been better at being a woman. Obviously a lot of gender stuff in this movie that's interesting, and we have that in Being John Malkovich as well.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. It's interesting.
Like
one thing I want to make a comparison to is The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder. This movie reminds me so much of The Rehearsal, because that's what that show's all about, is recreating things and doing a rehearsal for whatever it is. And you must have seen this movie.
I like the exchange here between Caden and Tammy, his Hazel stand-in. Caden starts, "Was my father standing with us at the funeral? I don't know what he looks like. He's dead, so he looks dead, I guess. Probably wasn't him. He was a big guy." And I just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's one of those lines where I'm like, oh, I'm dumb because I don't really know why it's in the movie, but I think it goes back into that the Cotard syndrome, where you're both alive and dead.
They're both dead, folks. They exist in the same realm. There's further tension with Sammy, Hazel, and Caden in the love triangle. Caden confesses his love for Hazel. "Hazel, you've been a part of me forever. Don't you know that? I breathe your name in every exhalation." "What are we doing?" "I don't know." They kiss. Sammy weeps, witnessing this from afar. Sammy shouts to Caden and Hazel from atop of a building set, "I've watched you forever, Caden, but you've never really looked at anyone other than yourself. So watch me. Watch my heart break. Watch me jump. Watch me learn that after death there's nothing. There's no more watching. There's no more following. No love. Say goodbye to Hazel for me. And say it for yourself too. None of us has much time. Hazel, I love you." He dies as he hits the ground.
I wish I could go back to the first time I saw that scene. Like, I just want to, God, like, I remember just being like, what the fuck? No, what the fuck? Like, it was just it's such a mind fuck.
It just always reminds me of the Omen scene. It's all for you, Damien.
I just love the detail they include in this shit where you hear him yell all the way down.
They have a funeral for Sammy. Caden recreates the funeral. Caden and Hazel spend the night together in her burning home. They regret all their wasted time. Hazel ultimately succumbs to smoke inhalation that night. From the fucking burning home, LOL. Paramedics swab her nose, and it's all black, like when you burn a candle for too long. Caden leaves a final voicemail for her. You know, you get the same voice. It's Hazel. Leave a message or not. It's your dime.
So Caden, yeah, he's like, I know how to do the film now. The whole film will take over the course of one day, and it'll be the day before you die.
This is the happiest day of my life. The actor who plays Ellen Bascom, lady who cleans Adele's apartment, offers to play Caden in a non-traditional casting choice. This is my favorite scene in the movie. We get our wonderful speech from the priest actor at a recreation of a funeral. I don't know whose, maybe Sammy's? Everything is more complicated than you think. You only see a tenth of what is true. There are a million little strings attached to every choice you make. You can destroy your life every time you choose, but maybe you won't know for 20 years. And you may never, ever trace it to its source. And you only get one chance to play it out. Just try to figure it out. Just try to figure out your own divorce. And they say there is no fate, but there is. It's what you create. And even though the world goes on for eons and eons, you're only here for a fraction of a second. Most of your time is spent being dead, or not born, or not yet born. But while alive, you wait in vain, wasting years for a phone call, or a letter, or a look from someone, or something to make it all right. And it never comes. Or it seems to, but it doesn't really. So you spend your time in vague regret, or vague hope that something good will come along. Something to make you feel connected, something to make you feel whole, something to make you feel loved. And the truth is, I feel so angry. And the truth is, I feel so fucking sad. And the truth is, I felt so fucking hurt for so fucking long. And for just as long, I've been pretending I'm okay, just to get along. Just for, I don't know why. Maybe because no one wants to hear about my misery. Because they have their own. Well, fuck everyone. Fuck everybody. Amen.
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 And rest in peace to that actor, Christopher Evan Welch. He died in 2013. He also played Peter Gregory in Silicon Valley. He was like their first investor. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I know. Yeah, great show too, by the way.
He was he was surrounded by his wife, Emma Roberts, their daughter, his parents, and his siblings. I did not know he and Emma Roberts were married. But yeah, just
rest in peace.
I don't know. I like talking about. I don't like God. This is a horrible way to put it. I like talking about people dying, but
guys like Hayden Cotard at the beginning of this movie. Oh, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. Never mind.
Oh, never mind. Just certain movies like this, The Return, where just so many people who are in it, so many people who in it and did such big roles passed after it, sometime after it. I just think it's, I don't know.
Haunted.
Everything is fucking haunted. You can't get away from it. I know we're running long, but I was walking through the mall yesterday, and specifically through a department store, through Dillard's, and there are so many like makeup ads with, Julia Roberts and other actresses that like really aren't a big part of our culture as they once were. I know for some people, Julia Roberts is like, she's she's still it. She's still that, she's still some hot shit. But I don't know. I felt very haunted walking through there and being like, there's all these people, all their faces. And I'm like, that's not a real person anymore. Like Julia Roberts isn't a real person anymore. She's too famous.
It could literally be AI. My note at this point in the plot is, no clue what's happening anymore. Why is there so much emphasis on this random cleaning lady? Adele dies of lung cancer. You hear in her voicemail messages as the movie progresses, her just coughing. Like, can you clean up? Can you clean up the... Like that's... She's dying of lung cancer. Caden is old and decrepit. There are loud cries and screams for freedom and revolution, or at least that's kind of what it sounds like, outside. Along with loud bomb shelling. The streets are bombed out and empty. There's no one running the elevator anymore. That's a haunted line right there. More stuff about Ellen and her mother. Ellen sits on a couch with his head on the shoulder of an ex... Ellen, I say Ellen. Hayden Ellen. Sits on a couch with his head on the shoulder of an ex-actor from the production. And this whole time, he has an earpiece in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting directions from the lady who played Ellen in the play. She's leading him along. She's now playing Caden in the director role. And at the end of the thing, he's like, keep walking. Apologize to this lady because you said she looked old. And then he's like, I finally know how to finish the play. I'm gonna, and then over the earpiece here, die.
Yeah, that's it. Fade to gray, not a fade to black.
That's Synecdoche, New York.
That's Synecdoche, and believe it or not, like there's actually stuff that we may have glossed over, we may have mentioned real quick. So I think you're gonna have to go watch it and see what we missed.
It's a big one, guys. How long did we record that? How long have we been going now?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and 28 minutes.
Baby.
Let's close up with some trivia, and let's...
Damn, we covered some of it, though. Some people claim Caden died or dies at some point during this film. I guess that part is up to interpretation. You never see it happen. You definitely get to see Caden attempt to kill himself. You have people remark that, the suicide scene the scene with he's talking to his therapist and like the little winky author killed himself, and Caden being like, why'd he kill himself? I don't know. Why would you? And it's like, maybe it's a bit of a tipping of the bean can there where it's like, oh, Caden is dead. I asked the question to myself, why is Caden creating such a controlled world where he even assigns people tragic events? And you pointed it out earlier too. It's a way for him to analyze his own life. I also think it's his salvation is in fictionalizing his life, which... he has such an obsession with reality, right? He doesn't want it to be bullshit. He doesn't want his play to seem fake. At one point, he has them wall up all the sets so you can't actually see what's going on in all the apartments. But that's real. That's more real than, in which I guess like people would be seeing this film. They would be like, or seeing this play, they'd be like walking around in it. Ostensibly, that's how I imagine it would be taking place. I've had like panic attacks nearly just thinking about like, oh, what if your consciousness just happened to come in early and you became self-aware while you're in the womb? Like you'd probably just come out with PTSD, right? Like,
well, Adam, life begins at conception.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We are, Dan and Adam are saved.
Adam, would you recommend Synecdoche, New York?
Not to everybody. I don't want to, even just thinking about somebody watching this and sighing and saying, what is going on? Why are we watching this? Is enough to make me lose a little bit of hope. I think this film is amazing. I think it's, it's what films should be. Movies should really be, they should be exploring things that we can't really explore day to day. It's hard. You can't explore death and dying just in real life unless you're actually around dead and dying people. And that's probably not something many of us have an opportunity to do. But it's a tragedy and I love tragic movies. If you love tragic movies, watch this. Watch this hard. If you love tragic comedies, watch the fuck out of this. And in fact, I'm going to go back on what I said. Yes, everyone should watch this. Even if show it to your mom, like MJ said, next Mother's Day, have a double feature of this and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Go for it. Yeah, I recommend this movie.
I don't want blood. I don't want blood yet.
Hey there, friends and family. This is Dan. I'm here at the Dan and Adam Are Afraid podcast. Do I recommend Synecdoche, New York? Yes, I do, wholeheartedly. Not everyone's going to like this movie. Not everyone's going to understand this movie, so you might hate it, but I recommend it. It's one that anytime it comes up, I'm like, wow, that movie's amazing. That movie's incredible. 5 stars. Great. I love Synecdoche, New York. My only hesitation with it is I think Charlie Kaufman is like too cynical for me almost. I'm like, dude, cheer up a little bit, bro. Jesus Christ. But you know, that's what makes him unique and interesting. That's why we're talking about his movie, 15, almost 20 years later. Do I have anything personal to attach to this movie? Well, I can really relate to the time passing element because, like, it's been like 2 months since my cat passed away, and that's just a testament to me to how quickly time is passing. Time is fleeting. Time is leaving you. You act like you have forever to figure it out, and I wanna leave something behind, just like Caden Cotard. Adam, it's my turn to pick a movie.
Ooh, what you got for me, dog?
In front of you, there are 2 doors, Adam. There's door A. Door A is a director pick. Door B is a random pick. What door do you choose?
I like themes. I like thematic things. I like when there is an idea bringing things together. Look, I just said themes in 3 different ways. Yeah, give me that director pick, dog.
Next week, we will be watching Jonathan Glazer's movie from 2000 called Sexy Beast, starring Ben Kingsley, Ray Winston, Ian McShane, and Amanda Redman. Ex-safecracker Gail Dove has served his time behind bars and is blissfully retired to a Spanish villa paradise with a wife he adores. The idyll is shattered by the arrival of his nemesis Don Logan, intent on persuading Gal to return to London for one last big job. So this is going to start us on a journey through the movies of Jonathan Glazer. You'll remember Jonathan Glazer as the director of Under the Skin.
Nice. I see this film has Ben Kingsley, Ian McShane in it. I love those 2 guys so much.
Yeah, I've been wanting to check this one out. It's been mentioned many times. Let's get together. Let's put our hands together and say, "Oh yeah, Sexy Beast."
Oh yeah.
Do you have any parting words for our listeners who have sat through us talking about this depressing movie?
My wife kind of cynically talking about this movie was like, yeah, but he, was devoting everything to his art. Wasn't that good? And I was like, well, in some ways, yeah, that's the point of this movie, is that you should dedicate yourself to your art. But I think, you know what? Don't just dedicate yourself completely to your art. You got to keep time for other people. Other people are what makes anything worth anything. And you should treat them right. Otherwise, you will be an old man finally rekindling that love. And then they are going to die of smoke inhalation from their burning house.
Aliens? Yo, we from the planet Jazz. We're here to take over your honky asses, including you, host of the show.
Jazz aliens, Guatemala, invented the Big 5 sound.
Yo, we're taking you to hell. You could be in hell, bitch. White monkey.